Hello, Boopsies. Thanks for joining me for this soft-spoken 30-minute custom ASMR video. This is a custom booking on my website. If you would like to go to tonybomboni.com and book your own custom ASMR video from me, you can go ahead and do so right now. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour-long videos for you on there. The hour-long sessions are still at a great discount. Get them while you can. So today, they gave me a menu of things to talk about and do for this video, so I hope you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe. So today we will be talking about the difficulties navigating loneliness and anxiety and the pressures of planning things in a changing world and feeling hope throughout this changes. So I'm going to incorporate some light tapping here from time to time, some writing on paper, some water sounds, some fabric or material scratching, and then I'm going to show Paco at the very end. So this is what they have requested for this custom video. So again, if you'd like your own, you can just request a different menu of stuff on your video, and I can go ahead and film that for you. So thank you to the person who booked this for giving me permission to post it publicly online. So let's begin. So I'm going to be starting with the tapping part, and I'm going to be tapping on my pen or this post-it notepad from time to time, lightly, while I talk to you. And I'm going to actually use the pen and the post-it note for writing as well. So we're keeping it simple, easy, light triggers today. But yes, this is a good one, and something I believe that a lot of people are feeling right now. There's this loneliness, this fear, this uncertainty, and there seems to be sort of two end of extremes in this world. Those who are doing very well for themselves and life just seems to be opening up and they're just kind of flowing with this change and excelling. And then there are those who are kind of being held back right now and feeling like, wait a minute, I don't really recognize myself anymore, or the world that I am in, because it is so different than what I lived 5, 20, 30 years ago, right? And the people who are not doing so hot right now, in many ways, I feel like they're observing the people who are and feeling that pull to try to get better or do things differently, but then there's this constant like race or search for something more or for progress, and then there's others who are just left behind who don't want any part in that. So this is so multifaceted and deep because people are feeling collectively something, but also personally, uniquely something so different. I find myself in between sometimes. I feel like, yeah, life is just flowing, but then I also feel like I hate this new reality, you know, in a weird way. It's like a love-hate relationship with it. Not just hate, but it's very strange. I'm sort of in between. I've always been kind of neutral with a lot of stuff, so I can see both sides, you know, pretty clearly. So what I will start with is loneliness. Let's make that the focus right now. And I'm going to write something down about loneliness. Something you need to hear. You might not hear the sounds well of writing them. I apologize. Okay. So I wrote something down, and I want you to read it out loud. It's okay to be alone and to feel lonely. Okay? It's okay to be alone and to feel lonely. We sometimes don't have a choice in being alone. Sometimes we lose our friends, our family, and sometimes we choose to self-isolate to protect ourselves, our hearts. But it's also okay to feel lonely in general, to feel our emotions deeply. So maybe you need a post-it-note reminder somewhere. Put it several spots throughout your home to remind yourself that it's okay. It's perfectly all right to feel the way that you feel right now. Okay? So, by the way, I'm sorry if I look a little tired. I just came back from Maryland for a few days, so still catching up on my sleep here. But so it's definitely something that is often confused when it comes to loneliness. Is people feel as though loneliness looks only like, I miss people, I want to be around people more, I wish I had more company. No. Loneliness can also show up, and I've recently learned this, as I don't really relate to anyone anymore. It's not that I necessarily crave that company or desire to be around someone. I just don't feel connected to people anymore. I feel like everyone's changed, or they're acting different or weird or unusual, or someone tells you that I don't recognize who you once were. And that doesn't necessarily indicate an insult your way. It just means you're changing, and that's a good thing. And it means they're changing because they're perceiving you differently now. It's either you changing, they're changing, or both of you are changing. And you both don't recognize who you used to be. So, this is a very common thing. So, you look in the mirror and you don't know who you are anymore. You are not really necessarily judging yourself. You're kind of neutral, but you're like, who the hell are you? You know, you look in the mirror and like, who the heck am I, right? That's a sign that you are changing. So that's how loneliness can show up as well. It doesn't just look like I'm missing or craving company. It's not necessarily those things, all right? You can feel lost as well. You can feel definitely a fear of the unknown because you're not certain who your future people will look like in your life and how they're going to show up for you, because you are changing. You are attracting new people in your reality to match the new you. That's what happens with change, and that's why old friendships and relationships die down, because when we change, especially drastically, our old people no longer really vibe or resonate with who we used to be. They're so attached and clung on to the old you, the old version of yourself, and they can't accept that you've changed. So I'm going to write another tip down. And this hits home too. And I'm writing it with 3 exclamation marks. I want you to read this out loud to yourself a couple times. Accept that you've changed. Accept that you have changed. So it's okay to be alone and to feel lonely. And accept that you've changed, okay? And this is part of the fear, like I said. So when we're alone for a long period of time, you know, we're feeling that loneliness kick in. It makes a lot of fear happen because there's this fear of the unknown, this fear of the future. So if you're often struggling with loneliness and anxiety and having difficulties navigating the two, they're probably interlinked. When you're constantly feeling not just one but 2 or 3 emotions constantly, they're probably interlinked. There's some link there, you know, that needs correlating. Just connect the pieces, okay? Sit down and connect. What does my loneliness have to do with my anxiety? What does my anxiety have to do with my loneliness? What does this have to do with my lack of hope? Lack of hope is fear of the future, fear of the unknown. Fear is anxiety, right? So I'm feeling this anxiety because I'm afraid of the future, and I'm lonely because I feel like no one understands me. And that's another common trait with loneliness, is that disconnect. Because you're having that disconnect, you're feeling as though no one gets you. You're feeling as though no one truly understands what you're going through. And this almost makes me cry because it's the hardest. I'm holding back so many emotions right now. Oh my gosh, this is the hardest part of loneliness. It's like, that's why they call it the quiet epidemic, because so many people struggle with also the fear attached to that, the fear of my future people not getting me either, and that further isolates you. It's a very isolating emotion. So you're constantly avoiding companionship when you are experiencing loneliness, because you are afraid that someone else in the near future will hurt you again and revalidate what you believe inside, that others are going to hurt you. You see? So it's a constant cycle. It's a very hard one to get out of, especially if you're intelligent and you're hyper aware of people, your surroundings, and what they think and feel. If you're hypersensitive, you can get overstimulated. So that also is very difficult to make new people in your life, you know? Or connect with the current crowd that you are in with and amongst your inner circle, right? It makes it harder to connect because there's that constant fear, what if they disappoint me again, because they are reconfirming, revalidating what I already feel inside. And often what you feel inside will show up in your external circumstances, because you are your own universe, and your world around you, through your physical eyes and sensations, will just simply mirror what you are experiencing within. So until we correct course within, the external is going to show up the same way as it always has been. So the best way to navigate is to navigate within, but also acceptance is key, as I've mentioned. Like accepting you're lonely, accepting you're changing, right? Those are crucial steps for your healing journey. So I'm going to put the pad down, I guess, and tune in and do some water sounds now. And just imagine the water kind of sloshing away all the old stuff you've been experiencing in your life. Just imagine it like cleansing it from you, just clearing it out. Now that you're accepting, it's okay. And the best way to handle loneliness, really and truly, and anxiety is connection. It is actually better to connect with others and do your best to do so. So that way you can realize your humanity and the humanity in other people. And that's very healing when we realize, hey, we're not the only one going through this loneliness. We're not the only one going through this anxiety, right? And oftentimes when you start up a conversation with someone, maybe that friend that you're struggling to connect with again, because you both have changed so much, ask them, how are you feeling? Do you feel the same? You may find, oh my gosh, we were just both disconnecting from our feelings all along, you know? And you might come to find, yeah, they also feel this way. If you don't, find someone else who does, you know? Life is not a perfect Instagram profile. It's absolutely not, you know? It's definitely chaotic. It's definitely hectic. Even those people who make it try to seem like everything's in order, what are they hiding? How are they not showing up for themselves? How are they not addressing their own feelings? So you're far ahead because you are taking the time to address how you feel. They may not. So, yeah. So take it easy. I mean, I'd rather be fully healed than have, you know, everything in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, just saying. But I'm going to start. I think I've covered enough ground there on loneliness, anxiety. I'm going to begin talking about the big one, the pressure to plan in a changing world. Because this is something overall that it's terrifying. You know, we don't know what the future holds. Look how much has changed in 5 years alone. 10 years, oh my gosh, right? What do you think the next 5 years will look like? You don't know, right? It's exponential change. So that can be frightening. Like, imagine going on a roller coaster for the first time. You don't know what you're going to get, right? You remember that first fear as a kid, right? What if I fall off? What if you know, I pass out? What if I vomit? So, there's so many unknowns. And it's uncharted waters. Speaking of waters. So, but just imagine navigating those bumpy waters now. You can close your eyes and just kind of listen to the sounds of the water. Just kind of pretend like as if you're just floating in that water. And there's nothing to fear. There's no sharks in the water. There's no piranhas or anything. No, just no snakes. Just you're in the water. And you're just floating. It's just empty water. No animals are in that water. No fish, nothing. Just water. Just you and water. Just floating there gently. What do you feel now in this space? You feel an emotion come up. As you listen to the water trickling, what comes up for you? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Just observe it. In your mind's eye, what does that feel like? Maybe you're feeling empty or nothing. Good, you're already on the right path. If you feel something, it doesn't mean you're not on the right path. It just means something to work on. Something to acknowledge. And accept that that's there. You don't have to heal it right now. You don't have to do anything. Just accept that that feeling is there, or whatever you're feeling right now. And let the water kind of just wash it off you. Just imagine the water going over your body. You're kind of sinking into the water a bit. And it washes that pain or that issue right off. That emotion just cleanses it right off. It goes back into the sea. And you float back up to the water now. Above the surface. What do you feel now? If you feel like you need another dip, feel free to imagine your whole body submerging underneath the sea, cleansing you, and then come back up to the surface again. Now what do you feel? You might need 3 or 4 dips before that feeling is completely cleansed from you. And it's not that it's actually doing something, it's just the power of your imagination. To imagine an issue kind of just water off a duck's back, so to speak. Just kind of sloshing off you. It's a powerful exercise, a tool that I literally honestly just made up off the top of my head just now. You can do little practice exercises like that from time to time. To kind of just imagine if you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, anything. Just imagine you're in that sea, close your eyes, you're floating, and just imagine sinking in. As you sink in, it washes that feeling. Rise up again above it. You're feeling fine. Sink in again, just to be sure. So you're feeling better, right? All cleansed. You can imagine salt water in that water. That's very cleansing. Sometimes I like to imagine a dolphin circling around me very quickly, and that dolphin is giving me these this energy cleansing with its powerful sonar waves, and I don't know, just imagine like it spins fast around me and it creates like a, I don't know, like a sonic wave or something like that. It just kind of, they sound like that vibration sounds like healing all around me. You can imagine whatever you'd like, you know. So, notice though how still you felt though. You can keep your eyes closed or open them if you'd like. Notice how still you felt from this place. Notice that you were mindful in this place, and mindfulness definitely helps. with feeling certain feelings, being aware of the now, the here and the now, the ever-loving presence of the universe. And you realize there's no fear in this place. You just are. It just is. There just is. Everything just is. The sea just is. You just are. You are part of this conscious awareness. It's our mind that is causing the problem, right? You have to realize this. There is no pressure here in this place. There's no loneliness in this place because you are connected. You are always able to connect back to this place, a special, unique place of yours. And seeing yourself there. Imagine to hear the water trickling all around you. It just cleanses off old belief systems, gets rid of all the old stuff that you've been carrying and holding on to. And the world, if you think about it, has always been the same. There's nothing new under the sun. The world's always been flooding and volcanoing and earthquaking and society. Look how much we've changed since the caveman era. We've always been changing. We've always been evolving. Change is the inevitable. Doesn't mean we have to fear it. We can flow with it. Doesn't mean we have to be feeling the intensity of it. We can just sit in the stillness of this boring, quiet, peaceful moment and enjoy it for what it is. I know it feels like you want to do something right now. You want to force things to change. You want to control things. You're only living in resistance and you're only hurting yourself. Everything changes. You change. You already change. And because you change, the world around you change. It is you that caused the change. It is you changing that caused the world to change. You were part of this change. So why would you fear yourself? When you are simply contributing to this change. And deep down, a part of you in your soul wants this change. Is here to cause and contribute to this change. So accept it. Accept change. Accept that you've changed. Accept that you're feeling what you're feeling, and anytime any other future emotion comes up, maybe these emotions cause you to feel other emotions you blocked or suppressed. That's normal as well. Write those down, observe them. Once you are in the waking state, notice what emotion comes out of that emotion. What is the most dominant, powerful, or strong emotion from those three emotions you're feeling? Write it down. And notice what else you feel that comes up from that emotion. And you're going to end up diving deep, like you're diving deep in this sea. Your emotions are the sea. This is the sea of your emotions. And you can connect with yourself from this special place anytime. And remember to do this when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like that disconnect, when you feel like it's too much, life is too much. Oftentimes when we feel lost or disconnected, we're actually having a lot of blocked emotions or suppressed feelings in that state. Sometimes when we haven't had a good cry in a long time, that's typically when as well. Yeah. When you feel kind of numb or kind of stagnant, or like you're in the same day every day, kind of routine, rinse, repeat, you haven't had much time to sit down and feel. That's often when there's something blocked or suppressed. And your body's just not really warning you or indicating you until it's too late sometimes. So it's good to do these practices when you can. And meditate daily when you can, so that you can keep yourself in check consistently and be there for yourself. Because when you're feeling alone, you have to be there for yourself first. Okay, so that you're able to show up for others and connect with them. Because if you lost the connection to yourself, you're not going to be able to connect to people around you. If you can't figure out what's going on inside of you, you will not be able to help someone figure out what's going on inside of them. And that's just the truth. It always starts with you. And it's just really that simple and straightforward, but we always forget. We, simple-minded humans, always look for the complex. You know, it's ironic, right? We're so simple-minded because we always focus on the complex when we should just focus back to the simple, back to the easy, back to what's familiar. We're so afraid of the familiar because this changing world is pressuring us to go against humanity. It's slowly fading humanity. We're told not to touch the animals outside. We're told to eat the fake garbage. We're told to breathe the fake air. We're told to work with technology constantly. And we forgot to be ourselves, be who we originally were, the original template of our DNA, our blueprint of our creation. So this is why we are feeling collectively so much more fear. So this is a fabric I got in Maryland. Well, not this time, but like the last couple times I was there. And I like the sound of kind of rubbing like this, like just like a gentle fabric, just like a simple, like someone's cuddling a blanket over me or something like that. It just feels very comforting. Maybe you just imagine that blanket over you now, that warm wool blanket. If you're in a heat wave this summer, which we definitely are, you can imagine a cooling weighted blanket. All right? And just imagine that weight of the blanket, the thickness, the material just tickling you, just providing that comfort and support. And I definitely recommend a weighted blanket because that helps with anxiety and fear. Someone dealing with grief or loss or loneliness, it helps with so many issues. It helps with depression, it helps with sleep. So give it a try. But nonetheless, definitely stay hydrated. Definitely eat those 3 meals a day if you can. Do your best, please. Take care of yourself. Get enough sleep. Move your body. Don't be still constantly. Be fit. We're meant to move. Man is meant to walk. And woman. But man more, I guess. But jokes aside, do those things. Go outside, feet on the grass, touch some grass. When someone tells you just touch grass, don't take it as an insult. It just means get off that phone. Quit connecting so much to the device. Just intentionally connect with nature. She is the ultimate device we should be connecting with right now. She'll give us the natural healing, grounding energy that we're looking for during these times of change so that we can cause stability in our lives. If you're feeling symptoms like dizziness or nausea, that's the best, is when you should ground. Okay? When you're feeling unstable, maybe your life feels chaotic, maybe there's too much going on, go outside, touch some grass. I promise you. Put your hands in the soil. Plant a garden, plant a rose or a flower, whatever, okay? And realize that we're all going through this together. Even the plants, the animals, your pets. It's a challenging time, but a rewarding, fulfilling time. A time of connection. A time to feel true peace. And when your life gets to a point where it's so chaotic and hectic, this is how you'll know what true peace is, because you will feel the complete opposite of that chaos. Sometimes you have to feel that chaos to feel the complete opposite, so you know what that complete opposite feels like. Otherwise you wouldn't know the difference. So just embrace and accept that you've had to go through what we've had to go through for a reason. You may not understand it now, but it's all getting you to where you need to be. Always trust in the process, and I'll leave it there. Trust in the change. Trust, believe things will get better. Without masking it with false positivity or pretending everything's okay or trying to force things to be perfect all the time. Just trust simply that things are in divine order, that you are part of this divine plan, and things will get better. Things will eventually work out. Eventually. And put that smile back on your face. I want to see that again, okay? Too many people are so serious right now, so weighed down by politics and the world and different issues. You can't let that control you. You can't let that dictate how you're going to live your life. You have the choice now. And it's about making these right choices that will lead you in the right path, my friends. God bless you. I love you all so much. And guess who I'm going to invite on this video real quick? Come here, buddy. Oh. Here's your little treat for making it through this video. Paco and I say hello. Hello. And thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed this appointment, this session. Thank you to who booked. If you'd like to book your own 30-minute... Oh, Paco, you want to say it? I'll let you do it. If you'd like to book your own 30-minute with Tony Bomboni, you can simply go where my paw is in the link in the description below and go sign up. It helps support the channel and puts food on my plate. Okay, you didn't have to say that part, Paco. But thank you so much. No, he always gets food on my plate, on his plate. I'm just joking. But yeah, so I love you all so much, and I will see you all very soon. Paco loves you. Paco kisses. Paco hugs. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Be well, guys. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget about you. You always come first. You're your own priority. Okay? Continue loving yourself. I know it's hard sometimes. I know it is. But you gotta keep trying. You're here for a reason. You know it. You know this video came to you for a reason. That's your sign. You're here for a reason. Okay? Of course you are. All of you are. Even people who are not watching this video. I truly hope this message came to you the right way. I only speak from the heart, and I look forward to helping out many more people in the near future with whatever they're going through. Hope this helps. Take care.